welcome back to Song Reaction Analysis with your girl JVB. Thank you so much for being on my channel, checking out my reactions as well as my own music. In the description below, you're gonna find all the links. This is the Halloween edition, and I have thunder and lightning going on, but I really wanted to get this done today, so let's hope this will be okay and we're not gonna get too distracted by the noise from Mother Nature. We have a song that I've been wanting to check out, Helloween, the band Helloween, with the song Halloween. I've never checked it out, but I really want to, and I think we should. So with no further ado, let's get to it. Nice intro. Oh my god, this sounds so 80s. Like, are they from the 80s? I something like that, right? Very epic intro. I know it's a really long video, so I'm gonna try not to make it too long, but I want to hear the beginning again. It was very epic. Makes me think of Celtic Frost. Type of negative, you know? I'm like, who put this here? Wow, that singer's voice is so high. It reminds me a little bit of Queensryche, but wow, crazy. That is such a typical, like, vibrato, like an 80s vibrato, right? A lot of 80s metal singers used to do that. Ah! I don't always like it, but it works for him really well. His voice is so clean and so piercing and so high, cutting right through. It's crazy.
Something going on. Now I do escape the paranoia. Beware. Listen and take care. In the streets of Helloween, there's something going on. No way to escape the paranoia. In the streets of Helloween, the spirits will arise. Make your choices.
Those harmonies.
It's Helloween. It's Helloween.
That's really not easy to do because an open ah, singing that high, that's talent. That voice is so unique, and he has such a high voice, and then he goes even higher. Jesus Christ! Do you hear that? This is like the sound effect to Halloween. Really great hook. And I'm just wondering, I have this fly in here, it's annoying. I'm just wondering, like, where can the song go? Because we've been into 4 minutes and it's a 13-minute long song. Crazy. It's very theatrical. It just like reminds me, I guess that was the time, right? Because singers were really like singing and exploring and going super high. Male singers in the 80s were really like had very high voices, but also like really low. Like they had a really great range, and they explored their range all the time. And it almost has a little cheese effect to it, right? But it kind of works. So it's really cool. Let's keep going.
Tonight.
Oh, that was a slightly different sound in his voice, and he almost sang I feel this entire time he's been super high, like almost in his head voice the entire time, and now he was kind of more in his middle voice. It was really interesting.
There's magic in the air. Magic in the air. Magic in the air.
Oh yeah, the era of guitar solos.
On Helloween. Black is the night full of fright, you'll be missing the day. What will be here very soon? Changing your way. Look at your door, is it real or is it a dream? On trembling legs, you open the door and you scream on Helloween. On Helloween.
Crazy. Little key change there.
You scream on Helloween.
is also such a crazy note on Halloween.
On Helloween. On
Guitar solo number 20.
Darkness.
I love that part.
Where am I now? Is there anybody out there? What has happened? Am I in heaven? Or is it hell? I can see a light coming. It's coming here. It's shining. It's shining so bright. It's shining on me.
That's crazy. So theatrical.
Doom's in my hands. Now make your choice. Redeemed or enslaved. I'll show you passion in your
There's so many parts in this song. It's like 3 songs in one. I feel like this song is way too long, to be honest. But there's a lot of interesting parts in it. Let's go back to this part.
Now make your choice. Redeemed or enslaved. I'll show you passion in your head. He's the snake. I'll give you power and abundance. He's the curator. Save me from the evil. Give me strength to carry on. I will fight for all mankind.
That's a lot of high singing going on, which is really crazy because I can just imagine this is a really, really good song live when you're really engaging with the crowd, right? But I can also see that's like a really, holy moly, he needs a lot of stamina for this song because it just keeps on going. And he sings very high and very long, but his voice in general is pretty high. But there's a few parts where he doesn't sing that high. So it's got to be taxing on him, but it's a very, and you know when I said it's a really long song, for my taste, it's a little bit too long. But this is a song you want to indulge. Like you really have to like enjoy it and indulge in it and really get into the story because there's a whole, it's almost like it's like a play, right? And that's why it's like Keeper of the Seven Keys, right? There's probably like a whole sequence to it or something. Part one, yeah. So like there's something going on that's probably like there's a huge story about it, and I like that. And back in the days, like things have changed. People have such short attention span these days that this would be not really popular now, probably, unless like some guitar geeks or whatever, like are really into this. Oh my God, let's do something. But there's a lot of guitar solos going on, which is also very common in that era, right? There was like a lot of guitar solos and back and forth when there were two guitar players. I don't know if there's one or two. So yeah, it makes sense. And then, but I do like how he plays around with his voice and has different parts where he goes into different ranges and also different moods and like makes it very theatrical, very mysterious, very intriguing, very spooky, and then going back to the metal. It's really cool. Here we go again. There's such a strange harmony within the guitars. Like, check it out. Very Helloween, like slightly dissonant sounding. Changing up the grooves. This should not work. There they go again. Very technical. And here it comes back to the old chorus, right? As we can tell. That was like a really interesting solo, very long, but also the harmonies were so dissonant sounding. But it makes sense for the song. It makes so much sense. And then they changed up. They love changing up the tempo a little bit, the groove a little bit, but then also it sounded like they were doing another chord change, like not chord change, key change.
But watch out, be aware. Listen, take care. In the streets on Helloween, there's something going on. No way to escape the paranoia. In the streets on choice in hell paradise. It's Helloween. It's Helloween. It's Helloween.
So dramatic. like a cacophony of instrumentation going on. So much going on. The guitars, the bass, if you listen to the bass, the bass is going all over the place. It's like the grand finale of fireworks, you know what I mean? Oh my God, that was funny. Tonight. I was like, give us the release. It's like tension, 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 tension. Oh my God, that was exhausting. I'm exhausted listening to this. Like, I can only imagine how exhausted they are playing this. Very intense song. Very long, intense song that has a lot of elements in it. So technical, but also very hooky and very 80s. So, see, this is one of those songs I feel that certain artists from a certain era, their songs don't really age. You know what I mean? They hold up. But this song definitely sounds dated now because it was obviously from like the, I guess, sometime in the 80s, early 80s, mid 80s. I'm not sure. But it's, I mean, like I said, if I was a Helloween fan, I love Helloween, but also the band Helloween, right? And listening to the song live must be an amazing experience because there's all these different aspects going on, and it's like really much like a theater play, right? There's so many different parts happening. It's a very well written and produced and arranged song with so many different elements, and his vocals are just like so epic and so like theatrical and haunting in certain areas, and then very metal and just like, you know, typical 80s metal singing super high. So very, very interesting song, and definitely a hooky song because it's still stuck in my head, and very intense because there's a lot going on, and like as it progresses, more and more stuff is happening. But I loved all the different changes happening, which made that song, even though it's a super song long, but it made you keep your interest because there's always something else happening. And that is hard to keep someone's attention for like 13 minutes, right? For one song. But I felt they did that well by having all these different elements in it. Awesome song. I can't believe I never even heard that. I heard of that band Helloween. And also like a really interesting fact, like a lot of 80s metal singers, male metal singers especially, they sang like really high all the time. Now it's more like the trend is like falsetto. If a male sings high, they usually use the falsetto voice, getting into a soft high voice. But back then they were like really belting it out, you know, like the rock guys, and like screaming. And then he wasn't really screaming, but like singing really high in the higher register all the time. There were a lot of bands, Slaughter, Skid Row. But God, there were so many. Like Queensryche is one of those bands. They reminded me a little bit of Queensryche as well. Very theatrical, very epic sounding, and also very talented. Like obviously everybody is there in the band is super talented. I need to change where I'm standing because I keep hitting my cabinet and it's pissing me off. I'm like, oh, who put that there? It's just still new doing my reactions here in my new environment in my RV. I'm going to be traveling. With my RV next year all over the place and doing reactions and my music in my RV while we're exploring places. So yeah, it's a good practice. I haven't quite figured out my exact setup yet because we're still in the middle of making it our home, renovating a lot and restoring a lot. So anyway, has nothing to do with Helloween, but it is Helloween and that's part of our Helloween. So I'm excited to share you behind the scenes how my trailer looked before my RV and what it's going to look like now. And in a few days, we're going to have everything completely done and renovated and made it more ours than when we first got it. But with that said, I want to let you go. Happy freaking Helloween. And I wanted to do like a metal Halloween reaction, and that was definitely like an old school metal Halloween reaction, and something I did not quite expect, but I was superly surprised. I was like, oh my god, it's a long song. I hope it's gonna be good. You know, when you do that. With that said, when I let you go, leave with something uplifting and positive. Always make every day a great day. Have a happy Halloween. Stay safe, and just enjoy the season. You know, this is the season where we start to slow down, and I feel like I want to speed up. I feel like, you know, the finishing line, like the end of the year is near, and I want to get some things done before then. So for me, it's always like the opposite. But take some time, you know, and just reflect on what you still want to get done, what you haven't done yet, and what you could still get done before the end of the year. And also take some time and go out in nature. It's so beautiful out. The colors are changing. I'm in Michigan, so the colors are almost all done now. And we've been having a lot of rain and thunder and lightning, obviously, tonight. And winds. So, you know, the leaves are almost all off the trees. But I've taken plenty of pictures, which I'm going to share on my Patreon as well. And on my social medias, I've been sharing them. But it's been so gorgeous here. So make time to be out in nature and enjoy the beautiful scenery, and even thunder and lightning is beautiful. So make sure you do that. Take time for you. Take in a deep breath. I know that everything is going to be just fine. And just by watching this, I'm going to be blessing you and showering you with prosperity, health, love, and an amazing, fantastic end of the year. And I will see you in the next reaction. If you haven't yet, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and I will see you in the next one. And also, if you're interested, join my Patreon. And I always appreciate a super like. With that said, I'm going to let you go. Much love. Happy Halloween.